I buy all my toys, figures, and collectibles at Big Bad Toy Store, and you can too. They ship worldwide, and you don't pay for it until it arrives in their store. Hey, what's up? Siri Emerald here. Oh man, what can I say? I've been thinking about this figure for the last few weeks, trying to determine what am I gonna. There's so much to talk about here. First off, it's the Iron Man Mark VII, and I knew something was coming down the pipe when I seen Sideshow was showing the San Diego Comic-Con preview that said Mark VII, but it was a Mark III that they were given the picture of. Somewhere, somebody got a cross message that said Mark VII is going to be there. So they put it up. They didn't find any pictures that put it on there. They figured it's a red gold suit from one of the originals. Maybe they really didn't know what was going on. Boom, they put it in there, threw it up online, and out it went. And once it's on the internet, it's always on the internet. Then San Diego Comic-Con came out, and there was no Mark VII there. So I wasn't too surprised when a few days later, Hot Toys Secret Base posted a little sneak here showing this Mark VII that was coming out. And it said that the price wasn't yet available. And then a few days after that, they put the price on there. And then a few days after that, Hot Toys actually officially announced that the Mark VII diecast was going to be able to be purchased soon. And then it went up for pre-order. Those of you that have followed me for a while know that I've expressed my desire for the Mark VII diecast to come out. For many reasons. One, it's one of the original 7. There's only 2, well, now only 1 of the originals that has not been made diecast. And that will be the Mark I. The other thing is that many of the Iron Man 3 House Party Protocol figures use pieces from the Mark VII. I've made a couple of videos on these in the past. You're welcome to check those out, where I show the Mark VII pieces that are applied to these figures, but many of them are really dependent upon the Mark VII, Mark 20 to Mark 9, to name a couple off the top of my head. And one of the things that I was thinking was that at this point in the game, the reason we haven't seen a House Party Protocol figure released in a while was because I was under the impression that possibly they could be waiting for the Mark VII diecast. Now, you may be wondering, why is it important to have a diecast figure of this? The original figures, the plastic figures, tend to have really loose joints, specifically in the areas that they have fixed in the diecast versions or the diecast figures that have come out. My Mark VII that I have from the Avengers is in pretty good condition. He stands up well. He's not really weak. But I can tell when I position him that it won't be much longer before that happens. The other thing about the diecast figures is that Hot Toys claims that they have fixed a scale problem that the Iron Man suits had. If you compare the diecast figures of the 3 and the 6 to the plastic figures of the 3 and the 6, for instance, you can tell that they're taller. And I imagine this is also going to carry over into the Mark VII. So with that as well, with the House Party Protocol figures, getting the diecast pieces put on them, then their scale would be more accurate as well. Now, of course, what really is there in regards to an accuracy for made-up people and made-up characters, and we don't really know exactly how tall they specifically are and whether or not this is even true scale, as it is, for that matter, but they claim they have fixed the scale. So many of the reasons of getting the diecast is because you've got that going on as well. And for the most part, I've been very pleased with the diecast line of Hot Toys figures that have come out. Another neat thing about this new diecast figure of the Iron Man Mark VII is they've also addressed some of the things that we really didn't get in the original plastic one. The detail on it is much better. It's got a little flip up on the top behind the missiles on the shoulders. This figure really was in two movies. It was in Marvel Avengers, and it was also in the beginning of Iron Man 3 when we see him at the bar. He goes into the opened version of it, which, oh man, I always teased with that a few years ago. I would really look forward to getting that. Oh, jeez. So it's a multi-movie suit, and with the sneak footage of the Avengers 4 movie, we see what appears to be New York City from Marvel's Avengers. What does that mean? We may very well see the Mark VII come back to life. We've seen that in Deadpool 2. We've obviously seen that with Doctor Strange. So this may be a situation where the Mark VII gets a rebirth in the next movie. Remember, Carol Danvers had a part. Actually, she made 3 appearances in the Avengers movie, the original Avengers movie. And we were all told that that was Captain Marvel, but nothing really came out of it. And now it is, so again, maybe some of this time travel is going on. So if that's the case, this figure as well is going to get a rekindling, or it's going to become necessary. So again, the many things that I like about the release of this diecast figure, they really put some more effort into the detail, in my opinion. But the coolest part, though, is one of the things that I've wanted for a very long time, was the flying case that the Mark VII comes to him in. Remember, Mark VII was the first suit that would fly to him. Now, he had to have his bracelets on his wrist in order for it to fly to him. But it flew out of the Stark Tower down to him as he was falling from Stark Tower, and was actually able to attach to him a prehensile style of suit. And I've always wanted one of those cases of him flying. Now, one of the things you have to keep in mind, this does come with it, this Mark VII diecast. However, it requires the Mark VII itself to be put into that. If you choose to pose that piece, you're going to need a Mark VII to do that with. They're not giving you the whole case. They're just giving you the front of it, which would attach to the body of the Mark VII. So if you decide you want to pose that figure in that manner, you're going to need a Mark VII. Looks like the feet are crunched up into it, into the thighs, but that is definitely, nothing else is included except the very front of that. The little arms that come out and attach to the wrists, and there were the chest pieces on front of it. So if you want to pose that, or if you want to display that, you're going to need another Mark VII. So my hope is that with the release of this, they will be continuing on the continuation, and or even re-release some of the House Party Protocol figures. So in all actuality, in my opinion, this is definitely a figure that you're going to want. Whether you're a hardcore Iron Man collector or just want the important ones, you can't go wrong. This is the classic red and gold. It's one of the first 7. It's outside of the House Party Protocol. It's one of the ones that was in the garage. Remember, originally the Mark VII was destroyed when the helicopters attacked his house, way before the House Party Protocol initiative was initiated to destroy. We're assuming suits 8 through 41. We see 42 in Spider-Man Homecoming, which troubles me because, I mean, we've seen it blown up. He actually said, Jarvis blow Mark 42 with Killing in it. But we also know that the Mark 42 is a prototype. Maybe it wasn't actually blown up totally in the House Party Protocol when that was initiated. Or maybe he figured it was blown enough. I don't know. I really don't know. So the official release from Hot Toys states, MMS 500 D27. The designs of Iron Man suits have always fascinated fans all over the world with its incisive geometric forms and innovative designs. To celebrate the 500th creation of Movie Masterpiece series from Hot Toys, we are delighted to officially present fans the die-cast version of the iconic Iron Man Mark VII 1/6 scale collectible figure from the Avengers by Marvel Studios. With a more masculine, more progressive, and a distinct exterior design, the integrated suit of armors promotes its beautifully engineered features that surpass its predecessor. Inspired by one of the jaw-breaking scenes that presents the suit launching to wrap around Stark momentarily, the brand new Iron Man collectible figure successfully recreates Mark VII's complicated yet distinctive alternative form, the large suit pod. This is also the first time that Hot Toys adopted the dynamic armor forms of its one-of-a-kind collectible figures, and it is surely a visual highlight that Iron Man fans have been longing for. As one of the most popular armors in Tony Stark's arsenal, the screen-accurate 1/6 scale Mark VII collectible figure is made with die-cast materials and expertly crafted based on its appearance in the movie. The approximately 32.5 centimeter tall die-cast figure features a newly painted head sculpt of Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, an interchangeable LED light-up helmet, movie-accurate proportion, and substantive detailed armor design with great articulations and the unique suit pod mode. Metallic red and gold painting on armor, interchangeable shoulder and forearm weapon firing armor parts, LED light-up functions on eyes, palms, and arc reactor, as well as specially designed diorama figure base. Speaking of the arms, on more than one of my Mark VII style armors, I have had problems at the elbow affecting the light and the wrist on them. So that's another good reason to want to get the Mark VII diecast to resolve that issue. Moreover, an exclusive special edition will offer collectors a Mark VII suit pod hologram that is approximately 7.5 centimeters tall as the bonus accessory and only available in select markets. Now, Tony Stark's head is sculpted by Kojun, the armor is painted by Lok Ho, and the head is painted by the master J.C. Hong, and the head art is directed by J.C. Hong. The 1/6 scale Iron Man Mark VII collectible figure especially features authentic and detailed likeness of Iron Man Mark VII in the Avengers, one newly painted battle-damaged helmeted head sculpt with authentic likeness of Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark in the movie, and removable mask, one movie-accurate facial features with detailed beard, wrinkles, and skin texture, one interchangeable helmeted head with LED light-up function, metallic red and gold colored painting on the sleek and streamlined Iron Man armor design, LED lighted circular-shaped arc reactor on chest, one interchangeable battle damage mask, one interchangeable battle damage chest armor plate, one pair of interchangeable battle damage shoulder armor, two sets of interchangeable shoulder armors, both normal and missile firing, two sets of interchangeable forearm armors, both normal and laser firing, one pair of detachable forearm rockets, three sets of interchangeable thigh armors, missile, armor, and normal styles, accessories for alternate suit pod style including one interchangeable LED lighted chest armor plate, one pair of attachable specialized accessories for chest armor placed under the LED lighted chest plate, one pair of interchangeable calf legs, and four pairs of interchangeable hands, including one pair of fists, one pair of firing fists, one pair of battle hands with light-up repulsors, one pair of hands with articulated fingers and light-up repulsors, and articulations on waist armor which allow flexible movement, articulated flaps at the back of armor on legs, and each piece of head sculpt is specially hand-painted. Accessories are one pair of attachable real-like red-colored laser accessories and a specially designed square-shaped road diorama dynamic figure base with movie logo and character nameplate, and that diorama figure base looks familiar for some reason. And with the exclusive bonus is the one mini suit pod hologram, approximately 7.5 centimeters tall. Now, release date is approximately Q4 2019 to Q1 2020, and of course this is the prototype shown, and it is not final and it is pending license or approval. Battery is included for a collectible figure, button cells are required, and product details could be subject to change without further notice. 2018 Marvel, 2018 Hot Toys Limited, all rights reserved. So what do you think? This has been one of the first ones that hasn't sold completely out after being announced, which leads me to believe one of two things. Either one, Hot Toys has made a mess of these, or two, a lot of you are just not into this figure. I don't know, looking at the Mark VI, the Mark IV, the Mark III, the Mark II, Mark VII, in my opinion, is far cooler than those. So in my opinion, Mark VII, out of all of those, is the one that I would definitely want for my collection. I do like the Mark IV. He's got the neat forearms with all the little missiles around it. But, man, I don't know. Mark VII, I always thought this was a cooler figure. So I am curious as to why it hasn't sold out yet. And if you're on the fence, maybe it's because of the price. It's definitely gone up. I mean, it's a lot more expensive, no joke, than what even the regular diecasts were last year, or definitely what the Mark VII was when it came out several years ago. Maybe that's what's holding everyone back right now. But in my opinion, it's a must. It's a definite must. So if you're on the fence on it, I recommend getting a hold of it. Because of the price of this specific figure, it does exceed, for instance, Big Bad Toy Store's deposit requirement. So if you wanted to order one from Big Bad Toy Store, for instance, you're going to have to pay a deposit on that. So leave your comments in the section below. Tell me what you think of this Iron Man Mark VII. Have you pre-ordered it yet? Follow me on Facebook at Siri Emerald, or follow my channel on Facebook at 16 Scale News and Reviews. Follow me on Pinterest and Instagram at Siri Emerald. Subscribe to me on Patreon. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That helps out a bunch. Share this video with your friends. Let them know where to go to see 16 Scale News and Reviews. And if you're a subscriber of mine, hey, welcome back. I'm glad to have every one of you. Love every one of you. And I'm happy that you're part of the family. If you haven't subscribed yet, take this opportunity now to do so. And don't forget to click the little bell icon so you get notifications of when I upload a new video. And to see more videos that I've made, you'll find them posted over here on the right. Hey, thanks again for watching, everyone. See you in the next video. Happy collecting.